Greetings, medical students of truth, logic, reason and reality. In today's lab, we get to experience how a guy who reckons he could be the Prime Minister of this country responds to a question about economic policy.
You've spoken almost exclusively since your budget reply speech and focused on health. When can voters expect to learn more about Labor's emission reduction target, how you're going to get there and the cost to the economy?
That's a pretty fair question. You've put forward a policy and the Australian people have asked you how you're going to enact that policy and most importantly, how much that policy is going to cost the Australian taxpayer. What's your response, Bill?
Well, first of all, I haven't spoken exclusively about health.
So? The real question was about the emissions target policy and how much it's going to cost. So what's your response, Bill?
Some of your staff has said the same in private conversations. You focus pretty exclusively on it since Sunday.
I don't know what private conversations you have with people or what you want to reveal.
Mate, you're not on trial in a court of law. The people are just asking how you're going to implement this policy, and in doing so, they've made reference to what your team has said in the past.
But let me just go to the record. I just said 4 minutes ago, Mr. Morrison loves to boast about his strong economy.
Whoa. First of all, no need to be a fucking rude prick about it and talk about what happened 4 minutes ago. Second of all, who gives a rat's ass what Scott Morrison said? The question was to you about your policy. What's your response, mate?
I'm pretty sure we were all here when I said that.
You absolute condescending motherfucker. Could you imagine that a woman had asked this question and had he responded to a woman in this way? In some ways I kind of wish a woman had asked the question because that response would be mansplaining or condescending or aggressive. But luckily for all of us, including the good women out there, a man asked it so we can see the true colours of this poor excuse of a political leader.
But let me say it again, because I think it's a really good point to make.
All right, mate. Say it again. Make your point.
Mr. Morrison loves to boast about his strong economy.
I thought we were supposed to be talking about your policy and how much it's going to cost and how you're going to implement it. And now we're going back to the Prime Minister. If you can't answer this question to the Australian people, how can we trust you to implement a policy that you can't even explain?
But his strong economy is your classic liberal strong economy. It's built upon two propositions. One, low wages. They're proud of it. They almost have a religious fervour, don't they, about being happy when the wages are low and corporate profits are up. Did you know that since the last election, corporate profits have gone up 39%?
Did you just say that corporate profits are up 39% because of the guy that you're in competition with? Mate, I don't think you want to be talking up the opposition. That's not how it works in politics. But that is good news, and I'm glad you told me that, because no, I didn't actually know it's up 39%, but I'm highly relieved it is. Because when corporate profits are up 39%, that means corporations are doing well. And when corporations are doing well, especially the big ones, economies are doing well. And when economies are doing well, people get jobs. If you go the other way, and corporations are doing poorly, and they have to start laying off staff, and then relying on the daddy state, everyone loses. But I guess you'd know that, or do you?
But in fact, wages have moved on average 5%. And the second leg that he relies upon for this liberal strong economy is the reduction in real spending on services. In particular, health, but also I mentioned education, I mentioned TAFE, I mentioned childcare. The problem for Australia is that a liberal strong economy relies on the mythical belief that if the biggest corporations in Australia make a lot of money, if the richest people in Australia can pay less tax through the loopholes, that miraculously everyone else benefits.
Well, what's the alternative, idiot? Would you prefer that the people who are not employing anyone, who are not contributing to the economy, who are not making this country better, that they get the best deal? So let me get this straight. If I stop innovating and stop working hard and stop employing people and start filling my face with chips, hot dogs, coke and beer and simply sit in front of the TV whilst demanding the daddy state gives me more, you're going to give me more, whilst you're penalising the people who fund you to pay the lazy fucks sitting on the couch. I don't think I want that. What I actually want is those who employ the most, work the most, contribute the most, get the best deal so everyone wins. And those who work the least, contribute the least, and do the least don't get the biggest handouts.
Labor has a different view about what creates a strong economy.
Here we go, this will be good. Alright mate, the leader of the Labor Party, the person who wants to be voted the next Prime Minister, you tell us what makes a strong economy.
What creates a strong economy is fairness and decency.
You've got to be fucking kidding me. Is that how you make a strong economy? Giving people who do less more, that's what makes a strong economy. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying we should all be fuckbags, but if you truly believe that simply being nice to everyone makes a strong economy, you are wrong.
Okay. I'm going to
You're
give someone
not.
else a go.
Answer the question. When can people know?
Dan.
When can people know, Mr. Shorten, the cost of the economy? You didn't answer the question.
You know what?
You're damn right he didn't answer the question, John. And Bill, the people are asking you, how are you going to pay for the emissions reductions target, and what is the cost of that policy that you're putting forward to the people? Answer the question.
I'm going to go to the
No,
next
you should
person.
answer the question. That's why we're here to ask questions, and you're not answering the question.
He's right. John, you bloody legend, thank you for your courage. Keep pushing this dickhead because he needs to answer the question. Deflecting this to hating Scott Morrison, the Prime Minister of the country, does not answer the question. The question is, how much is this policy going to cost the people?
Dan?
When can people expect to know, Mr. Shorten, the cost of the economy?
All right, Dan.
Why can't you answer the question, Mr. Shorten?
Because I'm going to give your colleagues half a go.
No, because
Dan,
you should answer.
I'm going to give your colleagues half a go. Wouldn't it have been wonderful, and it didn't happen, but wouldn't it have been wonderful if we could see the media actually bond together and all ask the same question? Unfortunately, the left-wing dominated media makes young John here the absolute minority out there.
Why can't you answer the question, Mr. Shorten?
Why can't you answer it? Bill, why can't you answer this question? We will hear your answer, but only if you say it. And if you can't answer a question about your own goddamn policy, I can't vote for you to be the Prime Minister of my country.
Dan, I'm going to go to you.
On pathology, Mr. Shorten,
Students, this is what bullshit looks like. Don't get me wrong, I'm not pro-Liberal or Labor. It's like that analogy on we can either vote for a turd burger or a douchebag. I'm not sure which one this guy is, but in any case, I'm not going to vote for someone who can't answer a question on the very policy that he's putting forward. Symptoms: lying, misleading, and deflection. Diagnosis: bullshit. Remedy: do not vote for this idiot. And if the other guy isn't looking much better, don't vote for them either. Remember, you don't have to vote Labor or Liberal.
Why can't you answer the question, Mr. Shorten? Why can't you answer the question, Mr. Shorten? Why can't you answer the question, Mr. Shorten?